What's up, guys and girls? Show Techno coming at you with a banger on Lightburn. We're talking about grabbing that low-hanging fruit, the early win with our academic honors wall. We've been doing this for 2 years now, and your assignment is to create one of these plaques recognizing our exemplary students from Department Awards and doing that with correct spelling. So here's what you need to know. We're in Lightburn. We have a new untitled project here. I've already connected to my laser engraver, so I know I've got a 40 by 24 work window. I'm going to create a square that matches the correct size of the sheared metal backing plates, and that is 3 3/8 by 3 3/8 inches. So I can just start dragging here and drop, and I can go up into my width and height. This is going to be locked by default, which means it's going to maintain proportions. If I put a 6 in here, it automatically adjusts this to 5.1. If I put an 8 in here, 6.8. I have to unlock this and say I want it to be 3.75. No, 3.375. That is 3 3/8 by 3.375 tab. And now it gives me that square exactly the size I want. And hey, we also noticed this too. We're going to position to the center. We can position based on upper right corner. And actually, let's do that, okay? So upper right corner here, and we're going to go 12 by 12. 12 for the X position, 12 for the Y position. But upper right corner, what that means is when we set it in, once we tape some markers on here, we're always going to be able to locate where that corner needs to be. So solid, I can zoom in now and go ahead, continue work on this. My graphics have to fit within this space. That is my print target window. And right now, I want to turn off the output of that square. And I just did that up here in the cuts and layers windows. The reason is I don't want it to cut or laser engrave the outside of that square. It's just a guideline for me to build out my text and my graphic. Okay, so let's talk logos and branding. We have got to customize this and get our fonts in there as well. In this assignment, I do not have links to the fonts that you need to add to your computer, nor do I have links to our athletic and academic logos. I have them in the folder, the overarching folder for Boss Laser Engraver in Schoology. So if we scroll down here, this is our intro project. Notice we do have an advanced that we're going to work on. I've got a folder link here to, and let's open this all the way, a whole bunch of resources for you. This is a folder that I've compiled for Sartell Sabre logo and branding. Our approved business logo, which is also considered our academic logo. We've got our Sabre S, which is our sports logo. There is the full primary here with the Sabres in it. And these are all in different file formats, some of which you are familiar with, like a JPEG, and others of which, like an EPS, which is a Adobe Illustrator file that you are not, but other people are like, we need the EPS file. I've also got in here our 3 font styles that are the district-issued font styles. And when we get to it, there's a Sabre S in here that's already been modeled out in Fusion. So you might want to download this and open it in Fusion. This is, the tracing's been done for you. It's a lot of work to do it. And this should be a good trace that you could use to transfer to all kinds of plasma cut projects. So just put in your back of your mind that that's there. Let's grab what we need from here, and that would be the Sartell Business or academic version of the logo. Geez, sorry, I'm already not functioning that well. Download. Got it there. Are you ready for this? This is how to create an alpha image using your Mac. So in my downloads folder, I'm going to sort by date created. There it is. Double click and it opens with the Preview app. Now, Preview is actually a really powerful app, and I teach this in video production class, but we need to know it in here as well. We're going to click on the Edit feature here, upper right-hand corner, Markup tool, and there is an Instant Alpha tool right here. Click that, and all I'm going to do is click and drag and select a little bit of the white, and it's grabbing all of that white background, and then I hit the Delete key, and it's converting it into a portable networks graphic, or essentially a transparent background image. Super cool. Just like Photoshop, except it's faster and we don't have to open it in Photoshop. Drag, delete. I got a little bit more up here. Drag, delete. And now what I've got is just the S that I want to cut. Super important when we bring it into Lightburn. So right now, this logo, I'm going to rename that, and I'm going to call it Sartell Logo Business _ Academic _ CMYK, and then I'm going to call it, let's call it Alpha right away. Alpha type, dude, image _. That's a lot. It's going to go into my downloads folder. Well, everything goes there. So I'm going to hit return. I want you to learn how to do this. Otherwise, I would have done it for you and you could have this one, but too bad. You need to learn how to do this, okay? So now that I've got it saved, I can go into Lightburn and I'm going to bring that image in. Under File, Import, and there's my alpha. Open. And that comes in ginormous. I'm going to resize that with the pointer tool. And size of this thing, we've got to agree on this number because we want it to be consistent between all of these. Otherwise, we'll have all kinds of different size shields. And I'm going to pick a number here, and we're going to probably run with it. Upper right-hand corner, placement. Let's go 12 point, what looks good here? 12.1, tab 12.1. That's from the upper right-hand corner because we've got it located there. And then size of this thing, let's go a 1/2 inch, 0.5, tab. Oh, we got to keep it proportional. Undo, Command Z to undo. I'm going to lock this up, and I want to keep this proportional so that it stays, so it doesn't get skewed or messed up. So we'll go 0.5, tab, and that automatically does it. Is that going to be big enough? Yes, I think so. 1/2 inch little thumbnail. Hey, we'll see if we have to change that. Overall, we will. Next, font styles. You can add fonts to your computer. Pretty cool. So these custom fonts here, let's go back to here. It's in Schoology as well. We've got an athletic font that's used and an academic. We want the academic. So I'm going to click on this one till it downloads. I'm going to go grab the athletic one right away too because it's I'm taking care of it. Get it done. Now I also have those in this folder, so if you come across them again. Anytime we're doing anything for the school, anytime it's academic related, we are using Khmer, MN. Anytime it's athletic, we're using Hebo Black. That's the rules, okay? We're just sticking by it. So those are downloaded. Now I have to open up Font Book. Okay, so we got to find Font Book. And I have a Finder menu open, of course, Finder window. And I should be able to search Font Book. But honestly, it doesn't come up doing this. I don't know why. It angers me. I'm going to go to Applications, and I happened to be scrolling around in here, and this is alphabetical, and look at that, Font Book. Double-click on that and open it up. We're going to dump in those two fonts into here, and I don't think I have them on this computer. Yeah, I'm sure they're not. Just to prove it to you, too, Lightburn, font-wise, let's put a text box in here. I don't have Hebo Black in here is the problem, right? I got a lot of fonts to choose from, but Hebo Black is not an option. Eric with the chariot of cleanliness out in the hall room. Okay, so we drag them in there. They're in my downloads folder. You know what, let's close a window out here. Hebo Black and Khmer. Now, .ttc and .ttf, the file extensions tell me that they are fonts. That's why this program is going to accept them. You will validate. Okay, good. And now I might have to, they're under my user, but I might have to quit this and reopen it in order for those to pop up. I don't know if Hebo is just going to show up. Well, let's see. No. Okay, so I have an untitled anyway. Let's save this. Click the save icon. It's going to go to my downloads folder. That works for me. We're going to call this academic underscore honors underscore national underscore choir underscore award. Save. Okay, quit Lightburn. Reopen Lightburn. this is a problem. I had a problem saving the first time too because it didn't want to accept my license key. So I'm not sure what's going on with our license key yet, other than it's not working. We got to get that figured out. I'm pasting it, copying and pasting it off of Schoology. Activate license. It says no, you can't, but then it says go ahead. Okay, so maybe it's trial too. Let's see if it'll open my old one. Recent projects. Yeah. Okay, and then the big tell here is, let me put a text box in here and go here and see if Khmer MN or Hebo Black are in here. Hebo, look at that, everybody. It showed up. And Khmer, KHMN, is our font style for our academics. So now I've got the correct font and I can start typing. National Choral Award. Height's going to be somewhere around 0.25, I believe. Move this and start centering it. And this is where I'm going to put the specifics in. Now, it's important that we get the spelling correct and the title correct. So let's go back to our assignment here, because this is one location where we can get to those department awards. I've got a link here for the department awards. I've also got them opened here. Important that you see that the tab on the bottom for 2021, there's a 2020 tab. These are done and on the wall already, so don't do these. 2021, you're going to select or elect which one you're going to do. I'm doing Choral Award. Choral Award Students of the Year. NA, not applicable. Nobody got it last year. So let me pick a different one then. I'll go to Tech Ed Students of the Year. Wow, since this is such a mess anyway. So I'm going to put my name in here, Schulte. And then I want to grab that title. I'm going to copy that. And if I paste it in, I wonder what it's going to do here. Let's see. Their font tool is not the awesomest. Paste. Looks like it did keep the correct font, so that's good. And then I just want to decide, like, do I want this on one line or do I want it on two lines? If I hit return, how does that look? And I can also adjust my spacing, I believe. That might look better. I'm negative V spacing here. And let's just bump up the font height a little bit. A standard number for this, I don't know what to tell you. It's got to fit on there, right? So somewhere around that 0.2 to 0.3 inches, somewhere around the 1/4 inch range. And then this is where it gets messy for me. Go back to that document. I got all these names. I don't know if Bregelman's got two N's. I don't feel confident that it does. I'm going to create a new text box. If I click over here, and I'll paste that in. And now I've got to make these a lot smaller. Whoa, that's too small. And then I'm going to have to do some spacing and, I don't know what would be correct here. Like how many per line, right? Tyler Bregelman, let's try 3 per line. Return. Yeah, I can do 4 per line at that size. And maybe I'm not going to spend too much time here. You want to get this all evenly spaced and looking like it has, the rules of graphic arts say we give most precedence to objects that are largest. We read from top to bottom and from left to right. So we notice this first because it's on the top, then this because it's biggest, then we go through and read the names. Make sure the names are legible and readable. When you've got all that done, then you're ready to set up this burn in the laser. Remember that my outline for the line I do not want to burn, but if I preview this right now, it's going to burn the S. Okay. And it should burn the text as well. It's under this, though, for a category, so I have to switch that color to like a blue and make it a separate line. And now it's outputting. Ooh, that's important. And then I'm going to click that, and now it's going to cut those letters. Okay, I'm just cleaning this up. I've got my list of names in here. They don't fit inside my print target window yet. I got 3 long names on one line here. Decisions. Let's go. We got to get back to text tool here. Let's try and put 2 on one line here. That's looking better. Still doesn't fit that awesome. Move it around a little bit more with my arrow keys, and then I got to drop the size down a little bit. So we'll go to 0.17, and that fits. Center it up, make it look nice. Remember that this layer is blue. I had to tell it that. I can make it any color I want, aqua, and then I can add in how I want the fill to be, whether I want it to just cut it out, whether I want it to do the perimeter. So remember, we're going to do fill and line for all of these. The image is just going to be fill. This one is only the outside perimeter, the box, right? So when we click on this too, it tells us that. And then everything else, this is our image. Image, you can't change that. These are going to be fill and line. And then our settings here, we have to change these to be all correct for the material we're using, which is aluminum. We're going to do speed, 350. Power, 15%. Click OK. Those are good. This image has got to be the same thing. 350, power 15%. Wanted to show you this as well to be thorough with my education. On the Boss Laser Engraver site, right? So they've got all the machines. Ours is like this one right here. They have these settings for all different materials. This is acrylic engraving. We want to go to anodized aluminum. So 150 watt laser. That's where I got those settings from. Oh, I have 325 for speed. Well, I have 350. Forgive me. Anyway, it's going to work. We can always adjust. This is just a basic guideline, so we can always adjust based on how it turns out, okay? But that's where I got those from ultimately, and then we're putting them into Lightburn here. I'm going to save my project or see if it'll save. Yes, it updated. I am pretty much ready to go, I think. If I want to preview that, take a look at what's all going to get cut. That's it. Check my spelling, which I copy and pasted, so it's not my fault. And it's going to take 2 minutes and 40 seconds to cut this. I can preview it somewhere. Play. Yeah, it's kind of cool. So it'll show you what it cuts first, whatever reason it does the image, and then it'll drop back down. Okay. I'm ready, people. I go to connect to the laser, and then that's the next steps in the tutorial. We'll frame it, make sure we have it located correctly, and we'll burn it. Yes, burn.